Alright, you always know my video is going to be serious when I got this down, because I didn't even like take a shower and think about it. It was just something that came up. I do have some brownies that I have a homemade recipe. It's pretty awesome. I have them cooking, so when that beeps, I go. But had to comment on this, and it seems like every time I do an INFJ video, and then I have to like do another to clarify, and another to clarify, and another, and another, and another. So today I wanted to talk about the INFP door slam that the INFJs have adopted. It's really interesting because before social media, when I first got into MBTI, and I'm talking about when Al Gore had just invented the internet, hopefully that's funny to you. Maybe it's not. You're probably too young. You're probably like, what the fuck is he talking about? I just realized that's probably going to go over some people's heads. Anyway, so back then there wasn't forums. There wasn't like all this community around it. And there wasn't, I mean, the groups, like even when I joined Typology Central, there was like a few hundred people on there, and it wasn't like what it is now. It's like rampant. The groups are huge, and with that comes some interesting things. One of those things is if you go in an INFJ group, it's 50% INFPs. And so you never heard about this INFJ door slam 10 years ago. It wasn't a thing. It was an FI thing. Like, it was always associated with FI. It was common with INFPs. You would see it with ENFPs. It was definitely not a FE thing or an INFJ thing. Well, then in the groups, you would have these INFPs that think they're INFJs, and they'd be like, oh, I had a door slam them, INFJ door slam. And then there's maybe like another INFJ who felt maybe too much empathy for a situation, or too pulled to somebody, like too kind of in the grips of that, like, that empathy and that maybe an unhealthy dynamic or whatever, but feeling too guilty to leave. And they started viewing it like a superpower almost. Like the INFJ door slam, it's like the thing we can do. Like we can protect ourselves now. Like all of a sudden it became this INFJ shield for like the unhealthiest of unhealthy INFJs. And then all the millennials who are trying to make money off of MBTI and YouTube videos and whatever, they started going on about it and theorizing about it, and somehow it's like morphed into this INFJ thing. Like the INFJs have just straight up jacked that shit from the INFPs. Or maybe that's not even fair, actually. Maybe it's the mistyping of the INFPs that are so commonly found in the INFJ groups that actually maybe caused the confusion, and then the really unhealthy INFJs adapted it, or adopted it. So if you're an INFJ and you think that door slamming is some superpower or some cool thing, it's super fucked up. It's super damaging. It was always a fucked up FI thing, and FI is just more like self, right? It's more about self, and dare I say even more selfish at times than FE. It's not a FE thing. Super fucked up thing to do. If you can do it, you're so fucking unhealthy that you really just need to just door slam and then open a different door for therapy. We all need therapy. I'm always a big advocate of therapy. I think a lot of INFJs and INFPs, there's a lot of types that have, if you read some of the studies on MBTI types and certain things, income, education, therapy, relationship satisfaction, the INFs are like commonly in therapy anyway. So if you're like at that place, I want to make it clear, like you're not doing a healthy INFJ thing, you're doing a super unhealthy thing. Like the door slam is for INFPs, it's for FI. If you should first work on setting boundaries, figuring out why you're attracting this narcissist, because you all had a narcissistic ex. We all know, we've all heard about it in all the groups and forums. Like, there's a reason that you're attracting these people, and it's not necessarily all your fault, but it is your fault that you're not seeing warning signs, that you're not setting boundaries, and so on. So please just know, it's not an INFJ door slam. It's an INFP door slam that you guys have like adopted. And if you're doing it, you really need to focus on what else is going on. Stop letting people in your life. If you're at a point where people are so horrific in your life that you are literally like, fuck closure, fuck growth, fuck learning, fuck like any kind of positive experience, fuck healing, fuck anything. Like, I'm just gonna leave an open, gaping wound. Then, like, if you're at that point, don't let any people in your life, because your judgment is literally so bad, you can't be trusted to select the right partner. So just don't even try. Like, go to therapy, heal, get yourself into a healthier place, and then start reaching out to people. But door slamming is not an option. If you're doing it, that's a severe and serious warning sign that there's other problems. Not justifying it for INFPs either. It's still fucked up for you guys, but at least we get it. Your FI is kind of like that. All right, I'm done.